Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. All your pretty like no.
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some rest by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a bitch, jumping in the bed with 2 dots in there, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. This is taken at his 4. And he's able to get it up close to the 35 and hang on here. Penalty marker down. Now, this one might be going the other way. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have no extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
They'll run. This is Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Going up top for Miller. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. Braxton Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, Darnold. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Throwing here on third down. Darnold got his target, Samuel. And all the way down to the 29.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, it's Darnold throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a first and 10 at the 17.
All right, here we go. Boom, 90. Boom.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
All right, here we go. Boom, 90. Boom, 90.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your play list.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Now a toss play. This is Pumphrey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And this one hauled in by Will Tye. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Brown. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Leopard! No, check, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now Rodgers. He's got a man open. That's Allen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Allen's first catch. Good for a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run it here with Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that, because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He'll get it up the middle, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
No. Check. Patriot! Gone!
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's the fullback, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Pumphrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Here we go now. Boom, landing.
Now a handoff looking right. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Rasul Douglas there to get him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Darnold, forced out to his left. Now the ball comes loose, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a second down. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of his shotgun, here's Darnold finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake. Rodgers buying time to his left. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Emmanuel Ogbah able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
A 1st down throw. Darnold throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken from the 7. And up past the 35. A very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work. Now, wait a minute. They declined it.
Makes no sense, right? They just gave up a big yardage play, right?
And now it's going to stand.
The only thing I can think, someone is mad at their own defense, and they're trying to teach them a really, really crazy lesson.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. And go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
Completion left side to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Brown on the carry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Ebron caught left side. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to move.
And now look at him go. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
The Packers on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's Samuel, caught left side. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold from the gun. Benjamin with it over the middle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Set. Blue landing. Blue landing. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit.
Darnold now to throw. Dancing to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
He's going to get it running right. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they try the right side here. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively. He rifles one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Going deep here for Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite line.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, fourth quarter now at Soldier Field. And the Giants have taken the lead there late in that game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Rodgers. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Watch it now, Barney.
The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. And Allen's got it. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Cowboys, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.